Welcome back, garage fans. I'm getting to like this a bit more. It's a bit embarrassing to begin with, but it's getting good. This I'm documenting initially purely for myself, but showing my close friends and family, they thought it was really good. So it's escalated into what it is anyway. Couple of things. Got the gasket for the starter cover, and I've got the M8 bolts. I'm waiting for the M7 cap screws, but bugger, they're expensive. It's 20 quid for 3 of them, so I might have to do a bit of R&D and see if I can get them somewhere else. I bought 10 M8s for £3.33. So yeah, that's that. What else came? The bolts came, and a gasket. That's it. Engine's gone back nicely together. I'm just going to put the M8 bolts in with a bit of copper grease, just so as they're in there, protect the threads. Tony's coming round. He's going to collect the swing arm and the frame, and hopefully drop that off to be solder blasted tomorrow. See how it goes. Welcome back. A little update. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I was lying in bed last night thinking, crank balancer, can't just surely just plop that in. How does it know when it's balanced anyway? So I've come out this evening. Let's just have a little play with you. Okay. So on the starter clutch, there's a little mark. And you line that up with the cutout in the housing. Turn the crank till the line matches up, and then you put the crank balancer unit in as per we done before. Just strange that you're laying in bed and these things, well, they do for me anyway, crossed my mind. And lucky we did, otherwise the engine might have shook itself out of the frame. Tony's been, he's taken the frame and the swing arm, and is going to speak to the people tomorrow to get that sorted. The starter gear gasket came, so that is in. The M8 nuts came, but I ordered the ones that are in there are 30mm long from the top of the head to the bottom of the thread. The ones I ordered had a 30mm thread, so I've had to reorder M8 bolts with a 25mm thread because the head's 5mm, and that'll be good for them. I'm still yet to find the M7s. We'll see about that. I've just been cleaning up the shock. It's not in great condition. It cleaned up rather well. There's actually an adjustment on the bottom that I didn't know was there. That was covered in crud. There is a guy who we use at racing, TW Suspension. He's very, very good. And when we go at Snetterton, beginning of September, I'm going to speak to him. So I don't know whether just to bite the bullet and get a better shock, or get him to refurbish that one. Don't know. I'll see what he says. He's the expert where the shock's concerned. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for the headstock bearings should be delivered tomorrow. Swing arm bearings. Once they're done, then it's just a case of I might loosely fit the shock in, because we'll have the engine back in the frame, the swing arm back on. And then I can put it back on the Hayabusa stand, which that's going to make it a lot easier to manoeuvre about and work on. Still yet to get a 2mm clutch plate. There's a few on eBay, but brand new, but they're 2.2mm and I need the 2mm. I'll keep searching for that. Yeah, so in this episode, I think I'm up to episode 4 now. This will be episode 4. The other thing, I don't know where he put it, to be fair. Tony bought me the additional cabling for my extra sockets, so On the back wall there you can see I've got some extra sockets, but they're yet to be wired in, so I'll have 8 eventually by the time they're wired in, and I'll do that at some stage in between what I'm doing now. Still no luck with the forks. Might see if I can get a bent pair. Not much on eBay going at the moment. That's it. Generator cover hasn't turned up, so I can't get that on. That's it. So next time you see me, I'll cut from this straight to putting the generator cover on. M8 bolts. I'll put them in the holes with a bit of copper grease. So that's all done. And then see where we go from there. I've got to start saying when I watch these videos back, all I'm doing is So I'm going to desperately try and stop saying The generator gasket has come. The head bearings have come, and the swing arm bearings have come. Also the M7 bolts for the exhaust headers. What I'm going to do is mark the M7s with some Tipex or white paint, just so in the future we know which ones are the M7 bolts, or if for whatever reason I get rid of the bike and someone else decides to do something with it, the new owner will know that they're different bolts from the others. There's a couple of things I've got to do. One of them is spin the block round so I can get to the exhaust header bolts. The exhaust header bolts, and also spin it around so I can get to the generator cover. Now when I fit the gasket for the generator cover, where the two faces meet, you need to put a little bit of sealant just over where the two meet together. So I've spun the block round, as you can see. Let me just zoom out a bit. So you can see now the block is spun round, and we've exposed where the header bolts go. Now you can see I've already marked on the block and on the ends here in Tipex the M7, so it says M7 there, and on the heads of the bolts I'll just put M7, and here the generator cover, and you can see where the two faces meet there and there. We just put a bit of sealant on there once I've cleaned these surfaces up, gasket on, and then the generator cover can go back on. So here we have the header bolts put in. I've put them in with some copper grease, and you'll notice I've marked the heads of the M7s in just a bit of white Tipex, just so for future reference. I don't know if it will last, but it's better than not doing anything and then someone else messing up in the future. Put the liberal amounts of copper grease in there, so hopefully they won't seize like they did before, and if they ever need to come out again, be easy to do so. Right, as you can see, I've just flipped it around a bit so we can get to the generator cover, and that's my next job, is to put the generator cover on. The headstock, all the bearings off's already prepared. If we come down here, let's zoom out a little bit. We've got those, and we've got these. So we have in there is the gasket for the generator cover. These are the new swing arm bearings, and these are the new tapered headstock bearings. So onward ho, let's do the generator cover. Right, so these surfaces here are all nice and clean. Now the joints here and there, that one's not too bad, but that one you can feel with your nail is just it's thou, like slightly proud. That's why they say to put a little bit of sealant on either side of that. So I've just got to clean up the outer cover, and we'll put it on. Okay, so cleaned both surfaces up. The outer cover was a bugger. I've put a bit of sealant on where the joints are. I'm just going to finger tighten these. These are little 8mm, and then you torque them to 10 Newton meters. What I'll do is just gradually go around again with the torque wrench, and then we'll torque them up to 10 Newton meters, and that will be another bit of the job done. So yeah, it was a bit of a bugger. I looked at whoever done it before, put sealant all the way around the casing, the outer casing, and then put the gasket on and then put it on. So it was a real bugger to get off and get clean, but managed to do it. So this is the last one, finger tight. Yeah, last one, finger tight. Okay, so now what we'll do, just check that. I'll come around this side so maybe you can see a bit better. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go around in a diagonal manner, just tightening these up. And that one's done. That one. Okay, now let's see if we can get this up to. Okay, so click there, click, 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 click. So just going to go around again. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. Why are we like that then? Yeah, good. 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 So, torqued up to 10 Newton meters. Right, so that's another bit of the job done. As you can see, all nice and snug with the gasket in place. A little bit of sealer, I can just see squeezing out of there. All done to 10 Newton meters. All good. So, I think that might be it for today. It's more or less buttoned up. I've still got the clutch to do. I'm still struggling to find a 2mm steel plate. I might have to bite the bullet and go and get an original. Not that that makes too much difference, but would have been nice to get a yeah, one off eBay. What am I struggling with? Okay, so yeah, next thing, gonna have a little clear up. That's where I got all the stuff off. So a little clear up and then see if I can get the headstock bearings on. Okay, so most of the engine now is buttoned up. Generator covers on. Put an oil feed hose on. Some other little bits and pieces. So now, for the engine anyway, it's just wait until the frame comes back and the swing arm, and we can mount it back in the frame. Frame. I will desperately try and stop to say So, for now, that's it with the engine. So, now we come to the headstock bearing. I've got the taper bearings here. Let's see if I can cut them open. Cut them open with something. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so let's cut the packaging open. And we have top seal, bottom seal, one taper bearing, two taper bearings. So these are going to be obviously exactly the same. So all I need to do at the moment is get the bottom race on, which may be boring for you lot. So I might just have a crack at this at super speed. Right, so here we have it. I didn't want to bore everyone with me knocking it on. What you do is, this is the old one. This was a different type of bearing, but this is the old one. And because we cut that to get it off, we've used this one to knock that one back on. So that protects the bearing and everything, and it all goes on nice. Now just put the outer shell on just to protect the new bearings. So that will be all set up, ready to go back into the swing arm.